So this most likely be my last video of the year, political video, before 2026. So if you're watching this in 2026, Happy New Year. But I just want to talk about before the new year, and I think this is important, particularly for trust in society, and especially in Garda Síochána, that take for example, if things are seized during drug raids, or cocaine or anything like that is seized, that it should stay seized and shouldn't go missing. We have cases in Carlow there last year that loads of drugs disappeared in a Garda station, just disappeared. 2k water drugs just disappeared, miraculously disappeared. And it goes to, in the Oireachtas Committee just before Christmas there, before the Dáil and holidays, it was said that 41 across the country this year gone by, this year, 2025, the 41 basically, 41 incidents of cash going missing, particularly seized from drugs and seized for organised crime, etc. In some cases in the millions, in some cases in the thousands. And I would ask too, how many cases too of stolen goods that were recovered? Take for example, tools, particularly power tools and stuff that's taken from construction sites, or generators or stuff like that. How many of them are recovered and not given back? Because that's the genuine question. Is some of the guards take it for themselves and sell it on the black market, or what do they do with it? And the same with the cash. The only explanation is that the guard are pocketing it. And as we know, so the Gaudi are not the most. The majority of the Gaudi now, the good Gaudi have left. The majority of Gaudi now are crooks. The Bidolians, a lot of them are young and they want money, and that's as simple as that. That's all they care about. And we all know that the majority of Gaudi nearly now are going up to court. It's every day of the week we hear former Gaudis being brought up to court for drugs, for this and for that and for the other. It's absolutely insane. But yeah, these 41 cases is only a small minority, probably only what was reported. But what I'm trying to say is it's a very trusting issue for the public, the Irish public. Say, for example, if you find money in the road, you find a wallet in the road with bank cards and stuff like that. Nowadays, people be asking, should I hand it into the Garda station? Could I trust the Gardaí to make sure that person who I found the wallet off, that maybe dropped it or something like that? Can I trust them to to give it back to the person? Can I trust them? That's the question I think a lot of people have asked for Gardaí now. And same with credit cards and stuff. Can you trust the Gardaí to give it back to the person? Because as we know in Cavan alone too, a former superintendent was up to some shenanigans and breaking the law. Like, imagine people supposed to be upholding the law or breaking the law. Mighty stuff, great stuff. But it's ridiculous. It really, really is ridiculous. But is the fact of the matter, these Gardaí, take for example, there's many cases of them. There's a very case probably people have heard about a former Garda stalking another Gardaí, another Garda, band Garda. It's total insanity what's happening. And the fact of the matter is there's not severe punishment, because again, if you remember the Defence Forces on Garda Síochána, or a former member, or a past member of the Gardaí of the Defence Forces, in my opinion you should be deemed more harshly by the law than if you were an only civilian. That's the way I see it. But as I say, it should be addressed. It should be found out what happened to this 41 cases of missing money, in some cases in the millions. Mainly from organised crime and stuff. But how much money that's seized, say for example, take for example, somebody robbed a house, and the Gardaí get to the person eventually, and arrest the person, and he gets a fully suspended sentence and let out within a day. How many, let's say, they recover money from a burglary? Say for example, somebody's house got robbed, and they recovered €700 of stolen goods or whatever. How much does that goes back to the person? Does the Gardaí keep it for themselves? Because I think it's a genuine question, because nowadays that nobody trusts the Gardaí. Years ago people could trust them to do a job, but nowadays not so much, because we see time and time again, particularly our justices, I'm not blaming the guards fully on this too, is the judges too are crooked as hell. They won't do anything pretty much. They won't send anybody to prison for anything nearly. Unless it's the TV license or something, unless you're questioning maybe the Gardaí what they're doing, then you'll be put to prison. But it's a genuine question. With particularly in terms of missing evidence and stuff, because particularly in these cases, take for example, if it was loads of money seized from a criminal gang, take for example, and they'll say, for argument's sake, it was 500,000, take for example, and the evidence mysteriously goes missing, the judge will be like, where's the evidence? Where's the evidence to say the money laundering, take for example? There's no money, there's no evidence. How are you going to prove it? And that's what I'm saying. So it could be unorganised crime buying off Gardaí too. Who knows? But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that need to be talked about. And it's important in society to talk about it, because again, this is only probably a small minority of cases, but it's something, again, as I say, but that it's the Nicolo too, where drugs that were seized were taken out of a Garda station. It should never happen. And there should be, and obviously there's cameras and stuff in the Garda station, so was anybody ever convicted of that? Or was anybody ever brought to justice because of that? Or there's many incidents probably like it across the country, but is there anything done about it? That's the main question. But anyway, let me know what you think. Subscribe and move on. Bye.